The fearless leader of the Autobots, Optimus Prime, has been featured in every live-action Transformers film, and while it's easy to get lost in the incredibly hype action sequences that Optimus partakes in, I think it's actually far more interesting to analyze the evolution of his mindset from film to film, as his character makes a massive shift in mindset starting with Age of Extinction. When we first meet Optimus Prime in Transformers 1, he's a very polite yet enforcing leader, and it seems as if he almost cares more about the Earth's survival than the revival of his own home world. You see, Optimus cares so much about destroying the Allspark to ensure that it stays out of the hands of Decepticons, that he's not even considering the benefits of having it in his possession and the potential to revive his own planet with it. This being his mindset in the first film is confirmed through dialogue when he says the following about the human race. Were we so different? They're a young species. They have much to learn. But I've seen goodness in them. Freedom is the right of all sentient beings. We must destroy the cube. If all else fails, I will unite it with the spark in my chest. A necessary sacrifice to bring peace to this planet. We cannot let the humans pay for our mistakes. The scene I just paraphrased, on top of establishing that Prime cares not just for mankind but all life, also establishes that he is an incredible leader. I mean, he's thoughtful of not only his people but others. He takes responsibility for their past mistakes and is even willing to self-sacrifice if it comes to that. On top of being powerfully voiced by Peter Cullen in perhaps the most iconic voiceover work ever put to screen, this scene really embodies what Optimus Prime stands for. And in the third act of this film, the same weak humans that Megatron declared as not deserving to live help Optimus take Megatron down, with the military providing gunpowder and Sam putting the Allspark in the chest of Megatron, killing him and destroying the Allspark with him. By the start of Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, we see that Optimus and the other Autobots are now working with the military, but tensions are rising between the government and the Autobots. You see, the Autobots, while providing their physical help with taking out the remaining Decepticons, have refused to provide mankind with their advanced weaponry because, as Prime says, "We've witnessed your human capacity for war. It would absolutely bring more harm than good." While it may seem to the US military and government that Prime is being shady by not sharing their weapons, in Prime's eyes, he's simply doing his best to stop mankind from making the same mistakes that the Transformers made on Cybertron. In Optimus Prime's forced death scene before his subsequent resurrection, he proves once again that he's still the same heroic leader, as his last words are, "Sam, run. Run." Showing that even with his life flashing before his eyes, he still had the life of a human as his top priority. Transformers Dark of the Moon, the third film in this franchise, presents Optimus Prime with the long-lost leader of the Autobots, and his past mentor in Sentinel Prime. And right off the bat, it's clear that Optimus has the utmost respect for Sentinel. He even starts to contemplate his own leadership, and wonders how the final battle on Cybertron would have ended up if Sentinel was leading the charge instead of himself. When it's revealed that Sentinel was secretly working with Megatron before his crash landing on the moon, Optimus has no dialogue, yet we can see the emotions written on his face. He's so angry, confused, and devastated in that moment that he can't even speak. You see, Sentinel Prime presents us with the alternate version of Optimus Prime, essentially. One who, rather than placing the utmost importance on human life, places it upon the survival of the Transformers in reviving Cybertron. And when asked by Optimus why he would go down this path, Sentinel says, "On Cybertron we were gods, and here they call us machines. Let the humans serve us or perish." Now one might think that seeing such actions and hearing such words from a former leader might shake a person to their core, but not Optimus Prime. By the close of the third act, he's swiftly killing Sentinel with no hesitation because he still believes in the freedom of all sentient beings, and rebukes the thoughts of his former leader. He even ends the film with a very emphatic statement that the day will never come that we forsake this planet and its people. But what if I told you the fearless yet sympathetic leader of the Autobots would eventually become eerily similar to his former leader, Sentinel Prime? Well, Transformers Age of Extinction starts us down this path with a plotline of humans hunting Transformers. You see, off-screen between films, Optimus is nearly killed by the US government and locked down tag teaming him. And understandably, his faith in mankind is somewhat shaken. He even at one point says, "Autobots, I've sworn to never kill humans, but when I find out who's behind this, he's going to die." And while he is still somewhat compassionate towards Cade, his daughter, and Shane for helping him and the Autobots, it's clear that he no longer has a problem killing humans, and the rules he's playing by have indeed changed. And he's now no longer interested in helping all sentient beings, but just his family of Autobots and those who show mutual respect towards them. This is showcased in the closing monologue of Age of Extinction, as in the previous 3 films he's always said something about protecting mankind and the Earth, but this time around he simply says they have to defend this family, meaning the Autobots and not Earth or mankind as a whole. In the last night, while only for about 5 minutes of screen time, we get to see a brainwashed Optimus now going by the name Nemesis Prime, and this character is essentially Sentinel Prime. He's solely focused on the revival of Cybertron and is willing to go through his fellow Autobots or even destroy Earth to make it happen. While only for a brief period of time and happening through mind control, this sort of reversion of his character is a somewhat natural step from where he was in Age of Extinction, as he was extremely jaded towards mankind in that film, and this isn't too far off from where we see him as a character at the start of Rise of the Beasts. While not as nefarious as Sentinel Prime, he does not think highly of mankind, and is more akin to a grumpy old grandpa than the badass leader we all know and love, which can be seen when he voices his displeasure of Mirage's plan to work with Noah. I do not like this plan. At least Mirage is one of us. We should not be relying on a human. I know one was good to you, B, but this is not our world. The humans will always protect what is theirs. We can only trust our own kind. This paraphrase scene really highlights that Optimus is a long ways away from the incredible leader who believed in the freedom of choice for all sentient beings that he was in the first 3 installments of this franchise, and is actually much closer in mindset to that of Sentinel Prime than his former self. And though this is a different continuity, Optimus as a character still seems as if he's jaded by mankind, as we can see as Prime still refers to Noah as Mirage's mistake even after learning his name. But ultimately, through seeing Noah in action, and through Optimus Primal's guidance, Optimus Prime eventually warms up to mankind, and by the start of the 3rd act he tells Noah, "I'm sorry, Noah. On my home world we believe that the battle with darkness will continue till all are one. I lost sight of that." And while it took 4 theatrically released films to get there, this film's 3rd act essentially gives us an Optimus Prime that is finally reminiscent of the badass yet caring leader we saw in the first 3 films. It's odd that despite rebooting the franchise, the studio opted to keep Prime as a jaded and mistrusting character, reminiscent to his Age of Extinction and Last Night appearances, but in finally giving him a character arc to restore him to his past glory as a sympathetic yet stern leader, perhaps going forward we'll see the Optimus Prime who believes that, though we're worlds apart, there's more to mankind than meets the eye. If you enjoyed this analysis on the evolution of the psychology of Optimus Prime, please feel free to drop a like and subscribe. If you feel like I missed anything, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments.